Oh, we're strolling through the city one day. There's a lot of trees and buildings around here. Seems like it's actually like not too far off from my country. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it over the freaking hot weather there any day. Coming at you live at a very windy city. Welcoming you back to the BLT podcast. I am joined by...
Yo, it's Poker 2004 here, speaking very quietly because it's quiet hours in this place. Also, I'm not going to be in 90% of this video.
Yes, because Poker is in a very rural city, and meanwhile I'm in another country. It's freezing out here.
That's just Canada.
I know. You Canadians, how do you keep doing this? Alright, last time we talked about week 6 predictions. Today we're going to predict week 6 very quickly because we didn't have much notes. We were busy, we were traveling, so we're just going to rapid fire these recaps and go straight to predicts for week 7 because things are definitely cooking and things have already been decided by this point. Things off with the malignant chain tying the Jubilife Jirachis. These are guaranteed playoffs. Chained are out. So this is a kind of a tepid week for the Jirachis, but hey, as long as they're locked in, they are fine. So let's kick it off first with Ubers. We're starting off with X-Guardian versus JB291. So first what happened is on turn 2 we saw Rabombi killing Deoxys while Lunala kills Koraidon with Psyshock before dying to Eternatus as X-Guardian's own Koraidon Terraferied. Tried to do some big damage here. Towards the end, we saw X-Guardian Zacian kill JB's. Not particularly winning the speed ties there, but, doing enough damage so that they can beat it. As the Arceus Fairy kills the Arceus Ground, Terra-firing at the end, so that Koraidon dies, and doesn't tank the Flare Blitz for JB to win. A very, very nice sort of win here from JB. Really outplaying X-Guardian's style here. Next up is OU, where we saw Mikey-Mon losing to No Name 6293. No Name continuing his impressive streak in OU specifically. So in this battle, we saw on turn 5, Cresselia Terra Poison, and was perhaps the biggest threat for Mikey-Mon's team at the beginning, removing King Gambit's item and stalling Kyurem's sub-attempts towards the middle here to kill it by turn 22. Okoing the Terra Water Ogerpon shortly after, and also dodging the head smash there from the Great Tusk, allowing it to kill it. Walking Wake, however, managed to kill the rest for No Name to win. Very dominant performance, a little bit of luck, but it was clear that the Terra Poison Cresselia was the thing that ultimately killed Mikey-Mon's momentum, and No Name continues his impressive run. Next is the second OU game, where we saw Batty defeat TGA. It was a very stall matchup against TGA's more balanced team. However, there was one Mon that was very much head and shoulders above the rest. But we saw here turn 1, where we saw Gliscor surviving that Ice Spinner from the Great Tusk to poison it. As Darkrai, then Terra Darks, as Gholdengo tricks Corviknight items on turn 18, doing the old switcheroo with the Choice Scarf and the Rocky Helmet. Turn 25, we saw the Darkrai finally managing to kill Blissey, while Gholdengo manages to kill Gliscor, tricking Cresselia's items while it Terra Poisoned in return. The second instance of the Terra Poison Cresselia, just ultimately walling and stalling the rest. So, Cresselia manages to set up Calm Mind, manages to sweep everything in TGA's team. Batty won very convincingly. And it was the momentum was strong here. The third of our OU games, Chico's versus what was supposed to be Agura, turned into Tare, and then turned into nothing, because it was an Akko. So ideally, all 3 OU games went to the Jirachis. Is there ever any doubt? Next we saw UU, where we saw Kimmer absolutely destroy Itoshi Flower. A nice team against something that is very, very offensive focused. So turn 1, as you saw here, the Mamoswine missing the Icicle Crash, allowing Slitherwing to set up, killing Ninetales Alola and the Terra Poison Manaphy with some Leech Life and some Earthquake. Then Slitherwing manages to kill the Haxorus, Terra Firing against Scizor, and Itoshi just forfeits, because that Slitherwing was too damn strong. Itoshi only had 2 mons that are weak to Slitherwing left. Kimmer just took advantage and won in 9 turns. Very, very impressive there. Next is RU, where we saw LBN defeat Max's C23. This game wasn't very memorable. It was very straightforward. As you saw here, the Chestnut manages to crit kill the Hattrem, which was very unfortunate. But I don't see Chestnut not winning that either way. Diancie managing to set up the Trick Room to kill the Jirachi, and then Terraferrying against the Rhyperior to kill it with a Moonblast, surviving its attacks in the process. Basculegion kills the Reuniclus. Cresselia Lunar Dancing to heal the Diancie, which manages to do some stuff. Got poisoned though by Umbreon, which was very unfortunate. Killing the Glastrier in the end for LBN to win. So yeah, the Umbreon putting in work, despite missing that one Toxic, manages to bounce back and ultimately defeat the Trick Room menace that Max brought. Next is NU, where we saw Shao defeat Regiboob. This one was a long one. It's a very long one. I almost fell asleep watching this one because there was really nothing much to really say about this one. Turn 18, we saw the Rhyperior killing the Bronzong, while Chandelure crit kills the Chansey on turn 29, which it didn't matter, it was Chandelure. Vaporeon managing to Terra Poison to stall the Scrafty on turn 42 was nice, getting to stall out its knockoff bulk up attempts. Rhyperior managing to kill the Houndstone on turn 59, Okoing Altaria on turn 94, because it took a while, as Vaporeon then died to poison, and then Scrafty just Terra Electric and died to Staraptor, winning Shell this game. It was not a very long game. It is a very long game. However, yeah, it just took a while before eventually Shell finally had the tools, found an opening, and won. Next is PU, where we saw Hacker managing to get a second win, defeating Eldids, or is it third? Not sure. Hacker hasn't won a lot in BLT so far. It's nice to see him finally getting a win here. We saw here on turn 9, Cramorant killing the Toadscruel as Sandslash-Alola kills Galurk before Braviary terrified to kill the Rotom. Slowbro Gallard killing Braviary as Sandslash-Alola defeating Florges on turn 22, killing Bruxish as Slowbro finishes off Amoonguss for Hacker to win. It's just a case of a good matchup favoring Hacker more than ever. So, good win. Good win for Hacker. Next is LC, where we saw Pro SZZ defeating DeMarvelous. Yeah. DeMarvelous actually lost this one. So first off, we have turn 1. Glimmet managing to crit and poison the Corphish, killing it before dying to Meanfew's high jump kick. As Buizel then Terra Watered to defeat the Vullaby. Swift Swim Rain under Terra Water Buizel. Wave Crash. Buizel then kills the Impidimp, not before setting Reflect. Shroodle sets the Rain to allow Horsey to do its Swift Swim thing. Going up against the Terra Water Nummel right here. Yeah, the Weather Ball was just very strong with Horsey that day, killing both the Minccino and the Terra Water Nummel. Pro SSZ won with simple rain. Next is Monotype, where we saw Sagazinha defeat Immortal in quite the quick game. Again, this was fighting versus dragon. And Sagazinha proves that why he is better here. First off, we had the Dragapult burning the Iron Hands. Our Chaludon managing to tank Great Tusk's hits to kill it. And then Scrafty came in, sets up the bulk up against the Kyurem, and just won. Yeah, it manages to sweep and sweep only, because everything was weak to Scrafty. Sagazinha proven why he carried that team very well. Next is Doubles OU, where we saw Icy Penguin defeat Lugia Japan in a very interesting game. There was a lot of interesting sets that were used in this doubles game. Starting off with the Bronzong having Mental Herb to prevent the taunt from working, allowing Bronzong to set up a Trick Room, getting that guaranteed Trick Room up to allow Mega Diancie to not allow Mega Diancie, but to allow Diancie to Terra Ground as it tried to do Grass Knot, activating its weakness policy. which to kill the Okie Dokie. And then Moltres Galar just helped along, defeating both Tornadus, Landorus, and then sashed the Ogerpon. Not really sashing it, but it didn't carry Focus Sash, but it did put it down to sash level. Then towards the end we saw the Amoonguss Spore the Kyurem, allowing Bronzong to trick room again. Moltres Galar flinching the Terriferi Goldango, a very notable flinch on turn 11, killing it, while Ogerpon was finished off by Incineroar for Icy Penguin to win. Trick Room shenanigans working into Icy Penguin's favor here. Well done. And National Dex. This one is so long, but Omar finally managing to have his second win, defeating Mr. Fraud in the most National Dex game of all time. Very stall-oriented Omar. Maybe this was the trick that Omar needed all along. He just needed to stall. And he got it. Nothing really much happens for about 59 turns. Yeah, this took a while. 59 turns of nothing until we finally got a kill. Great Tusk killing the Toxapex. Then, 20 or so turns later, defeated the Corviknight on turn 80. So, Fraud was actually in the lead for a bit here, until things turned around on turn 101, where we saw the Clodsire managing to survive a crit Earth Power to crit kill Heatran back, while Tapu Koko kills the Gliscor with a Hidden Power Ice on turn 122 in a very much a hard switch, turning into a sack. Pecharunt managing to survive a Tornadus' Flyinium Z to poison it. Then we saw Blissey stall the Ogerpon, while Pecharunt kills the Slowking Galar before Fraud eventually forfeited because he had hazards left and none of his mons can really tank the hits that Clodsire and Pecharunt were about to deal with. Same with the Blissey. So Omar eventually picking up his win, and maybe that's what he should have done for these past couple of weeks. Stall them out. Move right along, we have the Sand Castlevania defeating the Gritty Golurks. I don't know how much that will change from week 6 to week 7 rankings. The street may have been updated by the time this video goes out, but it's just nice to see, not the strongest team always has a weakness. Like the Gritty Golurks were coming in as number 1 before this, and this win from the Sand Castlevanias might just put them at number 1. We'll confirm that later when we actually get to looking at the spreadsheet. But yeah, every team so far has their own weakness, which I kind of like it going into playoffs. Makes it so every team is as strong as the last. So, first off we have Ubers. Vidiot defeating Celeste. Kind of a short game, this one. This one was played relatively late. So, turn 3, we saw the Deoxys managing to set up rocks before dying to Arceus, who Terra-Ghosted to defeat the Zacian, as Koraidon kills the Arceus Electric before Celeste's Koraidon Terra-Fairied and killed it back, Lunala then kills the Eternatus, while Landorus finishes off Necrozma after it tried to set up 2 Dragon Dances, winning Vidiot. A very short game. It was a very short game. Nothing much else to say, but a well-played Uber's game in a nutshell. Next is the first of our 3 OU games. Another one where we saw Yerdunk continuing his great run in OU against VK. So turn 2, as you saw here, the Walking Wake surviving Keldeo's Vacuum Wave before dying to its Draco Meteor. Gliscor Terranormaling while Samrat Hisui sets the hazards. And then towards the end, we saw the Great Tusk defeat the Sinistra on turn 22, while Gliscor manages to kill Goldengo before Great Tusk kills Gliscor. VK forfeiting shortly after because he knew he was getting 6-0'd. Unfortunate, but well-deserved win for Yerdunk. Moving on now to the second of our 3 OU games. Dugtrio is broken. Could be on a legit upswing from here, defeating Groza. So as you hear, turn 1, we saw Cinderace sashed by Zamazenta before missing the Will-O-Wisp, while Garchomp died to Future Sight, Slowking Galar. And then the Zamazenta nearly killing Zamazenta. Another instance of being sashed, but surviving on 1 HP. Then we saw Tinkaton paralyzing the Corviknight, allowing Ogerpon Terra Water to defeat the Terra Dragon Corviknight. Odd choice for a Terra, but I completely get it. Then Ogerpon just kind of did Ogerpon things, swept Groza's entire team. Dugtrio is broken 1. Next is the third of our 3 OU games in Clean. Clean Cuts managing to finally eke out another win against Ainscrad, defeating Sun. So, turn 13, we saw the crit kill of Hatterene by the Kyurem, defeating the Walking Wake before being poisoned by the Venusaur, which managed to kill it with Icicle Spear. We saw the Ninetales Healing Wish to heal the Great Tusk, who lost to Kyurem, who lost basically it, to leave only Raging Bolt to get tricked by Goldengo. And since it was being tricked against the Goldengo, who is resistant to its Dragon Pulse, Ainscrad forfeited, winning clean this game. Good win by Clean. We saw Pesa lose to Blidius. Blidius managing to win and remain only 1 loss to his name so far, proving why he is one of, if not the best UU player here. Turn 5, we saw the Tinkaton paralyze the Skarmory as Blidius' Thunderous killed Pesas before dying to Hydreigon. Even Pesa was questioning the spread of the Thunderous. So, before it eventually died to Hydreigon. Turn 17, we saw Blittius' Tinkaton defeat Pesa's. Pesa not having fun with these mirror matchups. Conkeldurr killing the Scizor on turn 28. Then we saw the Weavile kill the Zapdos Galar as Conkeldurr defeats Keldeo, Skarmory stalling out the Terra Dragon Hydreigon to beat it. And Blaze won off of that. A combination of good endgame plus winning the mirror matchups enabled good old Blitty to winnie. Next is RU, what was supposed to be Dirk versus Lost Memories, turned into Fortop versus Lost Memories. And Lost Memories won. Lost. I had it on backwards. Sub usually winning here. So, turn 1, we saw Ribombee set webs and paralyzing Empoleon with Toxtricity killing it. Steeled on turn 11. Then we saw Necrozma defeat Flamigo with Bishop Turf flying and setting up Swords Dance to kill it, with Comfey killing the Basculegion before Lost Memories forfeited, winning Fortop the game. Very, very succinct win here. Next is NU, where we saw Gomdal defeat Acrotix using Traditional Ass Sun, who used Traditional Ass Sun, but Sun has lost yet again, making PokeArt quite sad. So turn 1, we saw the Espeon managing to set the Sun, Rhyperior Terra grounding to Oko Brute Bonnet, dodging Scovillain's Fire Blast on to kill it on turn 12. Very unfortunate turn from Acrotix. Altaria burns the revived Brute Bonnet. Espeon paralyzing the Caparajah before dying to it, as Goodra kills the Flygon on turn 22, with Altaria finishing off Brute Bonnet for Gom to win. A little luck, but a win's a win there nonetheless. PU, we saw Memphis Depay continuing to be undefeated in PU. Probably once again, probably the best PU player in this entire pool, defeating the Ice team. So turn 6, we saw Milotic burn the Abomasnow, while Ilex's Milotic Terfaried on turn 27, burning the Terra Steel Hariyama, who could kill the Abomasnow. Hariyama then manages to kill the Beartic in the Ninetales Alola, assuming this has guts. Otherwise, what was the point of letting that thing burn? Ilex forfeited because this thing was a beast. Memphis Depay continuing to be the GOAT. Next is LC, where we saw the father versus the son. Rahul proving why he is the sugar daddy against Novax. So, turn 3, we saw Mienfoo surviving a high jump kick, allowing to pivot to Gothita, killing Mienfoo. Toadschool managing to kill the Vullaby on turn 12. And then the end game, we saw a very notable freeze happen. Marini freezing the Fungus on turn 18, killing Chinchou before Novax forfeited. So yeah, Rahul stamping his authority, proving why he is the sugar daddy, defeating his son. Alright. Next is Monotype, where we saw Thanos defeat Moment. This one had a matchup that was okay at best. So Flying versus Dragon. In turn 8, we saw the Moltres Galar kill the Gudra Hisui before it died to Raging Bolt, who manages to kill Skarmory. Turn 29, we saw the Archaludon killing Corviknight. Very haphazard there. Paralyzing the Dragon Knight before dying to Enamorus on turn 39. Latias managing to kill Enamorus before Mole forfeited. Thanos getting these good matchups in order to win. Next is Doubles OU, where we saw Akaru Kokuyo defeat Crocrums. This one was not as good as the Lugia versus Icy game, but it was still quite the show nonetheless. Both players doing what they do best. So, turn 1, we saw the Terra-fighting Ting-Lu coming in, defeating the Ninetales Alola before being frozen by Kyurem. Glamora managing to poison it and Spectrier back. Ogerpon then defeats Spectrier, crit killing the Kyurem on turn 11, finishing off Rillaboom in the end for the thing to win, for Akar to win. Very, very solid game here by Mr. Kokuyo. Then we had decks, where we had Churro, who surprisingly I haven't seen win all that often, despite being kinda hyped, versus Spy OP. So turn 5, we saw Megalopony managing to kill Kyurem, while Tornadus kills Ogerpon on turn 20 before Zamazenta subs to defeat Ting-Lu. Zamazenta then kills Ferrothorn and Terrapagos, sweeping until it lost to Tornadus before Spy eventually forfeited. It's interesting that Alamamola is a mostly attacking set. Does it have Assault Vest by any chance? The Pillsbury Fido boys beating the Primal Power Pangoros. Fido boys locking themselves for playoffs. Well done, Fidos.
Thank you.
And you contribute, Booker. You should feel happy. First on.
And my reward is cats. Lots and lots of cats.
Yeah, why didn't you spam your server? Anyway, first off, we have Ubers. Hats defeating Jojen. Now I was scared. I was scared that Hats was going to not bring it this week, but fortunately he did, and he played well. So first off, we have turn 3, where Deoxys taunted the Ting-Lu, only for Hatterene to bounce back hazards as Deoxys skill swapped with Ho-Oh before dying, which was a very nice strat.
Mental generator, yes.
Turn 13, we saw Kyogre paralyzing the Arceus Fairy, while Koraidon Terrified to kill Kyogre on turn 19, as Arceus burned Zacian. Very well played there. Towards the end, we saw Kyogre paralyzing the Koraidon on turn 30, killing it before dying to Necrozma, as Koraidon crit kills Arceus Fairy in the end for Hats to win. Good play from Hats all around.
And a bit of luck, but that's just kind of a risk you run into when you're running that kind of Arceus set, I suppose.
Why, yes. It was a very risky set, but hey, the Koraidon paid off, and everything regarding hazards worked well in his favor. We have Corvi Kafka defeating Jasper, Kansas City. And hey, you won! Yay! First off, we have turn 2, where we saw Rotom paralyze the Kyurem, who killed it in return with Freeze Dry. Terra Grounding. Jasper's Kyurem, then Terra Grounded to kill Kyurem and Iron Treads. Then survived Zamazenta's close combat to kill it on turn 13.
Yeah, that was scary. I didn't see this game live, but watching it back, I was like, oh, this is a very rough position. How do we come back from this?
So, you were losing at that point. So, we saw the Iron Treads kill the Hatterene. Then, Dragonite manages to set up Dragon Dance, Terra Ground, and Sweep. So, Kafka reverse swept with his nasty Dragonite and just won. Any other thoughts?
Not really, no.
Good win by Corvi Kafka. Next is the second of your 3 OU games, where we saw Cloudy EJ defeat Jojo Wee. Now, you guys already won, so you were like memeing at this point.
Yeah, we didn't need any extra wins by this point, so we basically said, okay, don't bring anything you actually want to use later.
Instead, bring memes, and Jojo decided to bring some Webs boys into this. So, turn 1, we saw Rabombi managing to set up Webs. Primarina killing Goldango before it died to hazards. As Garchomp, Terra Ghost to beat Cinderace on turn 16.
Yeah, jeez.
Then, we saw Garchomp. Well, you saw the blocking of the high jump kick, and then you killed it with Earthquake. Garchomp then defeats Latios, while Dragapult burned the Samurott Hisui, with King Gambit killing the Terra Ghost Komo-o late game edition to win for Cloudy EJ.
I wonder if we had simply cream punched on that turn, assuming we had it. I wonder if we simply did that, we would have just swept the rest of the game.
It is possible, but in the end, you did what you had to do. And
also, I'm surprised you didn't comment on the very strange Keldeo set.
What strange Keldeo set? I didn't think that any Keldeo set was pretty strange, but was this one particularly noticeable?
Meekly, it's Rocky Helmet Keldeo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what was the plan? What was that for, honestly?
I'm thinking it must be for Samurott Hisui.
Samurai Shui? Nah, I could see that. Ceaseless Edge, trying to block its attacks, and doing fairly well to tank hits.
Still, that is incredibly strange. And I do have to wonder why he brought it.
He brought it?
Did he just suspect we were going to bring a Samurott?
Probably. Probably he knew. I mean, it is one of the most OU of OU mons.
I guess.
So yeah, good win by managing to get a 1-up over the Aura Farmer, but the game didn't matter really. So good on ya. All right. Next is the third of our 3 OU games, where we saw One Last Kiss. He won in his main tier of OU. Oh my god! Against Bundy. Why did I doubt One Last Kiss?
I ask myself the same question at night.
Well, I didn't know that he was gonna bring Stall. This is the one time One Last Kiss. This is the one time I doubt One Last Kiss Stall will win, and yet it did. And yet he did. He did bring Stall, and he won with it. And it's a very long game too. It was a long win.
I'm not gonna have anything to say about this game because it's too long for me to remember what happened.
Turn 28, we saw the Clodsire getting the first kill against the Gudra Hisui. Corviknight removing the hazards before getting flinched by Weavile on turn 41. We saw turn 53, we saw the Tinglu Terra Ghost blocking Gliscor's Facade before dying to rocks on turn 72, while Clodsire poisoned the Sinistra. Then Keldeo managing to kill Dondozo on turn 101, while Clodsire poisoned the Zapdos, who paralyzed it back before dying to poison, as Corviknight finished off Weavile to win One Last Kiss the game. He only lost, I believe, 2 mons. Yeah, 2 mons. Before he eventually got got all the kills he needed to win.
Yep.
Shouldn't have doubted One Last...
I really have to wonder what the 4th move on Bundy's Weavile was and why he just couldn't set it up.
I don't know.
Well, actually, that's what I wonder. Was it Swords Dance? It was clearly Boots Weavile with at least 3 attacks, so, if it was Swords Dance, then I'm confused as to why he didn't, set it up, after, Dondozo died.
It probably, if it was Swords Dance, then if he had Swords Dance, he would probably use it, but I guess he didn't. Maybe it was low kick or something. I don't know. But yeah, a good win nonetheless from One Last Kiss. Definitely a deserving win, all things considered. Next up is UU. And oh my god, Poker 2004 played. And she won over Taka? And
you damn bet I did.
But yeah, you did absolutely fantastically in this game. You kicked Taka's ass hard. To the point where people in your server say that you play better than UUPL players or something like that.
Oh no, that was apparently Taka's words that they were simply reiterating.
Ah, well, that's high praise. You better boost your ego with that, woman, as if your ego can be already higher enough. Alright.
I don't have a very high ego, not gonna lie.
So, first off, we saw turn 5 where your Metagross tricked Quagsire. Good turn that. Immediately neutering the Quagsire very, very well. Who poisoned Thundurus in return as Hydreigon manages to crit Blissey on turn 24. The first of many crits. Turn 66, you preserve the High Dragon very, very nicely, enough to kill Blissey as Quagsire struggled itself to death while Dawnfang died to hazards. And then towards the end game, you saw the High Dragon managing to kill the Mandibuzz, while Avalog kills Conkeldurr, High Dragon came back to defeat the Alolamuk before Taka forfeited. So do you have any other insider commentary in your game?
Well, at the start of the game, I certainly wasn't feeling super confident because, not only was I facing Stall and playing a tier I didn't really know how to play very well, but Taka literally said that my team was something he helped build.
Yeah, it was the Spellcaster team, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh god.
But you piloted it well. You very much piloted it well.
Yeah, I guess I figured I need to play aggressively and make a lot of, or maybe not play aggressively. I guess I knew I needed to make a lot of reads.
You did, but you did very, very well. As early as turn 5, I'd say, when you managed to read the Quagsire in the Scarf, you managed to get it up. You managed to get it on very well.
Well, I mean, he thought I was going to use knockoff or something. Maybe he thought I made some changes. Which, I made one change, but he didn't even see it in action.
Yeah, so that was good. That was good pivoting. That was good prediction reading on your part. So
also, I just kind of came to realize that all my problems would get solved with Terra Steel Hydreigon because it blocked poison and it was immune to ground, so what the hell was Quagsire or Clodsire going to do to it? It just can't do anything. They can't do anything.
Yeah, not much really. It's just there to be kind of fodder, honestly.
Did you also mention the 3 Draco Meteor misses?
I did not. Yeah, there were times where Hydreigon did miss Draco Meteor, but you just had to play it around it. Well, if that, tilted you a bit, that would be a pretty big, bad way to tilt because you are currently in the lead at that point, so.
Well, I guess that was also, part of the reason the only thing that really changed was that I couldn't really use it as freely as I would have liked. And, let's see. Oh yeah, one thing that actually does kind of bother me is that Toxic Chain from my Pheasantipity never procced.
It would never activate.
Yes, I don't know. I used that thing on Quagsire a few times, hoping it would proc, and it never did. I'm like, can you please?
Can you please poison the thing? Just one little poison was enough. But yeah, I get it. Overall though, well done, PokeArt. You did amazingly in UU. Maybe we'll see UU PokeArt in semifinals or something. I don't know.
You just might. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, exactly. You might actually save your UU slot. Alright. Next up is RU, where we saw the Soul King, unfortunately, losing to High Naming is Hard. Womp womp. Just when we thought that, oh, Soul King Zero, he's beaten LVN, he's gonna go great. Nope. So we saw here, turn 16, we saw the Gastrodon's Rocky Helmet working in High Naming's favor, defeating the Crocodile, dying to a Surf critical hit from Basculegion as Entei kills Cyclizar. Hilarious crit kill Surf there. Turn 23, we saw the Entei managing to beat Gastrodon, while Soul King's Entei terranormaled and killed High Naming's Entei in return. Then, towards the end, we saw the Yanmega terra-bugging and killing Magnezone on turn 32, while Crocodile manages to poison the Noivern with Yanmega killing it, with Crocodile finishing off Entei to win High Naming the game.
See, Soul King made a bit of a misplay at turn... What was it? Turn was that? Turn 22.
Turn 22. Why?
Well, he ice-beamed the Entei after the Entei trailblazed his Gastrodon.
Ah, he was probably predicting for a Yanmega or a Crocodile switch in.
Well, no, he said I think he said he was predicting the Entei to Terra.
Just any Terra. Okay. Well, it was fortunate that High Naming didn't then. Instead managing to kill the other Entei instead.
Although what confuses me is why he predicted that Terra, because if you are predicting that Terra, then are you also not predicting Trailblaze? It can't use Terra Blast, that's the thing. So if it were to Terra Grass, it would be boosting the move Trailblaze. It seems a lot of Enteis run that now due to the ban on Terra Blast.
Which is very odd, because I never thought a speedy Entei would actually be mattering in RU.
Oh, Trailblaze is really good coverage, and Gastrodon's a very common mon.
That's the only thing that's for, I guess. It would be for Gastrodon.
No, it's for water types in general.
Oh yeah, water types in general. But Gastrodon's the main guy, because it's quad weak to it. Anyway. It's a good job. High Naming. Hopefully, the washed legacy isn't coming upon you yet. So next up we have NU. Is Nemose washed? I'm kidding. Yeah, he just lost to Ampho.
Yeah, he just misplayed slightly, I think.
Yeah, this one was interesting because it had some funny Terra. So, turn 2. We saw Ambipom killing the Caparaja while Duraludon paralyzes the Chandelure, who killed it in return and Terragrassed, before dying to Articuno Galar on turn 10. Tauros Paldea then kills Rhyperior, while Ambipom kills Tornadus on turn 26, Terra fighting as Bramblegast stalled out Zarina before Nemose forfeited.
One thing that I really did not understand. So, turn 8, when the Chandelure goes Terragrass to live a surf hit. So that still did 45%, right?
Yeah.
And then Inteleon takes a very large amount of damage afterwards, right? Why didn't the Inteleon stay in and surf a second time?
You thinking it would be better for it to stay in instead of, letting Articuno take the kill.
Dude, unless because we, for some reason, weren't Torrent and Teleon. That shit killed.
That shit killed? I bet.
Yeah, that was 45 without Torrent.
I believe.
With Torrent, surely that killed.
I believe that was also Specs.
Yes, it was.
I don't know why. He would have risked it against the Chandelure, who was definitely going to Fire Blast if it didn't get Parade. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Instead, he just switches it out to potentially sack his Articuno.
I don't know.
When you could instead just, kill that thing.
I don't know.
You want to know how much that was doing minimum?
Minimum? Sure.
66.6%.
That is 100% killing with Torrent. What the fuck?
Yeah. In fact, that first hit might have actually been a low roll.
Right. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, so I don't really understand why he didn't stay in and just, kill it.
That sucks. So yeah, well done,
Perhaps he expected a switch. Perhaps he expected a switch to, What would he have been expecting a switch to?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the sack thing, I guess?
He switched in Articuno, so I thought maybe he was expecting a switch to Tauros.
Probably.
Or Bramble Gas, but Bramble Gas can be Shadow Sneak, and Tauros is just faster, so I don't really get it.
I don't know. Well done, Ampha. There was a couple of misplays on the Moses part, but it's a small price to pay, I guess. Alright. Next up is PU. And you were happy. You were happy about this one. Lenny, Tilenet, the GOAT, defeat Asa.
Yep. This was the first game.
This was the first?
For us, I think. I don't think it was the first overall game, just first for us.
Yeah, it was the first for you guys, and you guys won. Very nice. So, first off, we saw turn number 6, where we saw the Venusaur managing to kill the Wo-Chien as Mesprit Healing Wishes to heal, to really heal or, pivot the Leafeon. Slowbro Galar, though, kills the Leafeon as Cramorant kills the Scovillain after it took out Heracross. Cramorant then kills the Volbeat, who manages to set up Sun to allow Venusaur to Terra Fire. However, it tried to use Weather Ball against the Rhydon on turn 16, losing to that Rhydon as Slowbro Galar then Terra Watered before Asa forfeited, because he was only left with Tauros and Slowbro was winning. Any thoughts?
Are you wondering why Asa weatherballed the Rhydon?
Yes.
Because obvious Terra was obvious. What if you, as the player who can obvious Terra, knows that the opponent is probably predicting the obvious Terra, and thus don't Terra?
So, he was expecting Rhydon to Terra into something that is weak to fire, or at least be neutral.
Yes, he was expecting Rhydon to Terra into something that resists grass. Typically, I think the typical Terra is, I think the typical one is, the two typical ones are either poison or flying, I believe.
Aww. And no Terra Blast to lol. But defensive Terra is defensive. And, Venusaur would Oko it. But no! He didn't Terra! Good job, Lenny.
Yeah, that was a major 50-50 of a turn that decided the game.
Yeah. Good job for Lenny on winning. Next up is LC. Wesh Papillon defeating VX Eltark Timmy. Turn 10, we saw Toadschool kill the Tinkatink, Terra Watering as Pap's Toadschool Terra Fairy to kill Vullaby before being paralyzed. Turn 21, we saw the Toadschool kill the Trapinch, while Marini kills the Tinkatink and poisons Meanfu, dodging Drifloon's Will-O-Wisp attempt to kill it on turn 39. Then Wingull kills the Meanfu while Marini kills the rest for Pap to win.
Yeah, but I think Pap said himself that if this guy simply had a better Marini set, he was not winning this.
It was close. It was at least close.
Yeah, but the fact that Pap's Marini, I guess, was faster, and the fact that the XLs did not have much shot, yeah, it basically made so he couldn't win. That was kind of the only thing. The Marini set was just not good here. It was just not a good Marini set here. It was the worst Marini set, so it lost. That was pretty much the only thing, though.
So Pap prepped better, played better, won better, is what I'm hearing.
No.
That is exactly what I'm hearing. Anyway, next up is...
You should get your ears checked then.
Alright, next is Monotype. Adjustments. Defeating WinCon. What happened?
Well, you saw the matchup.
Electric versus Ground happened. Gee, I wonder if Electric won this one.
I think it probably would have if he didn't load the wrong Rotom set.
So, speaking of that Rotom, it did manage to kill the Landorus, as Great Tusk defeats the Raging Bolt, while Pinchurchin manages to set up screens and Mementoed on Hippowdon. Oricorio managing to set up and flinch to kill the Mamoswine on turn 13 was nice. While Clodsar manages to beat Regieleki and Rotom, Excadrill finished off the Oricorio. So that Rotom set, what was it? What did WinCon said? It should have had like stored power.
Yes, it should have had stored power.
He didn't, and he didn't. He didn't have stored power. If he had stored power, yeah, if he had stored power, he would have won.
Yeah.
All against the Clodsire and the Great Tusk. Alright, next up is Doubles OU, where we saw Franco being the doubles bastard that he is against Charjabug fan. Man's on a streak. First off, we saw turn 1, Sinistra setting up the Trick Room, Terra Darking and burning Iron Crown, who killed Kyurem before dying to Sinistra on turn 8. Turn 9, we saw Komao managing to set up Clanger's Soul, while Landorus Terra Poison to kill Sinistra and Oko the Okidogi. And then towards the end, we saw Ogerpon kill the Ninetales Alola as it and Komao defeat the Raging Bolt to win Franco this game. Do you have
this game made Frick so mad.
Why?
Because because, let's see. The Iron Crown had multiple opportunities to, Tachyon Cutter the Sinistra. Frixel was apparently screaming his head off that they should Tachyon Cutter the Sinistra, but he wasn't doing that.
You think you should have Tachyon Cuttered at least, on the early turns when it was fully set up?
Yeah, I guess.
They did try to do Expanding Force on turn 4, which is hilarious, but...
Another thing that kind of bothered me was, the fact that Franco attacked the Ninetales instead of the Raging Bolt on turn 11, because, look, the Ninetales does not have the power to win the game. The Bolt does.
So he should have targeted the Raging Bolt instead.
I think so, maybe.
That's fair. Yeah, that's completely fair.
Especially because it went on to kill the Landris next turn.
Yeah, Dragon Pulsing it after it boosted up with Calm Mind. Oh well, Franco still won. Even with those minor nitpicks aside, Franco's still managing to get the win.
Yeah, but oh boy, I was scared for a bit there because, it's a Raging Bolt, it's full health, it's behind screens, you can hit everything, it's at +2, I watched this back, that's how I watched it, I didn't catch it live, but I was, really wondering, how do we win this? But we still had Follow Me, so I guess that's how you drive away Thunderclap. And I guess there's also Encore, so Follow Me plus Encore. Yeah, that's perfect, actually.
Cool. Yeah, Franco still won. Very, very well. Well played. Alright, next up is National Dex, where we have Electrine Heart defeating Threeko in a very short one, but it also had the funny moments. So we saw the Tornadus beat the Mega Diancie, defeating the Ceruledge as the Pagogo manages to dodge the Scale Shot on turn 11 to beat the Dragonite with Ice Beam. Then, we saw Milotic defeat Ferrothorn, burns the Ferrothorn, excuse me. I was going to say Milotic defeating Ferrothorn. Also, there was no Milotic, that was a Primarina, not a Milotic. So, Tornadus beat the Great Tusk with Garchomp poisoning the Primarina, who died to the burnt Ferrothorn in the end for Electrine Heart to win. Any other thoughts?
I honestly don't remember much about this game, so nope.
Good win for Electrine Heart. Probably the best Dex record yet. Finally, we come to the Lavender Laprases defeating the Scripted Slowbros. The Slowbros needed a win, or not only that, but a big win to remain in playoffs contention. But since they have lost to the Laprases, they're out. They're out now. The Laprases managing to finally get a win after they've already been eliminated. Story of MJ and Ziri's managerial life there. When will they finally get a win? Who knows? But we'll see once we review the Laprases win. But it's nice that they get a win, finally, the Boomer team. So, Ubers, we start off with Rafna versus E. Nasir. Turn 6, We saw Arceus Ground taunting the Gliscor, who killed it back, and stalled Glamora until it died on turn 30, Terra Darking before dying to Kyurem Black. Tyranitar kills the Poltergeist as Zamazenta then Terra-Fired and set up Iron Defense, killing Skeledirge on turn 46. Then Kyurem manages to sweep the rest for EA Nasir to lose and Rofna to win. Very convincingly. What a win by Rofna, despite being burned. Next is the first of our 3 OU games. Silent Waltz defeating Let's Rumble Shall We. And once more, Hellray having kind of a bad year. In terms of BLT. He made SPL this year, which is not bad by any means, but like in BLT this year, he's been struggling in the OU pool. So, turn 6, we saw Iron Shreds killing the Tinglu as Deoxys kills Zapdos before dying to Iron Crown. Then we saw Ogerpon set up the Swords Dance, crit killing the Pecharunt before Inertia forfeited. That was really only the big killer there, is that crit kill onto the Pecharunt. Very, very unfortunate. Next is the second of our 3 OU games. We saw Benadryl defeating WSSI. Benadryl finally getting another win after losing a bunch. So, first up, on turn 7, we saw Blaziken setting itself with Swords Dance and taking itself out with Garganackle, while Landorus manages to kill Hoopa with a nasty U-turn attempt before being burned by the Wheezing Galar, who died to Ogerpon. Then, we saw Raging Bolt Terra Bugged as Goldengo tricked the Alamomola's item with Ogerpon surviving Thunderclap to set up Swords Dance safely and just sweep the rest for Benadryl to win. Very, very nicely played here by Benadryl. Next is the third of our 3 OU games, where we saw Click More Than Think defeat Leroy Pollux. So turn 3, we saw Ogerpon kills the Garganackle, and for the 4th time in a row, apparently, turn 9, we saw the Dragapult miss the Draco Meteor to die to Kyurem, who kills the King Gambit. We saw Dragonite kill the Iron Valiant, while Leroy's Dragonite Dragon Dances in Terra Grounds, killing the Great Tusk before dying to Click's own Dragonite, who Terra Normaled, killing Glamora to win. Click More Than Think his game. Very lucky win. We saw the Griffith King defeat Pote. Yikes. So this one was interesting. This one actually had Sun winning, so that's good. Turn 17, we saw Latios Terra Steeled, Okoing the low kicks as Excadrill Terra Ghosted to block, not only block Rapid Spin, but like just be a menace, killing Ninetales on turn 20, Venusaur managing to kill Toxapex with a nasty Earth Power. And then TGK, his Excadrill won against Potes as Arcanine Hisui kills the Sinistra and Skarmory before Poet eventually forfeited, winning TGK this game. He was on the winning side all along. Are you? We saw Colored Name lose to Sulfura. And admittedly, by Colored Name's own admission, BS was brought. Web's BS was both brought by both of these. So, Ribombee sets Webs before dying to Feraligatr, who Terra Darked to defeat Bisharp with a liquidation. After the crit Oko to Regidrago, Terra Fairy Torterra came out, killed it as Mimikyu, then Shadow Sneak to kill it. Basculegion lost to Mimikyu, and then Ribombee ended up killing Toxtricity. I should have known if you didn't prep if some BS was coming. I said Colored Name, which ended up being a meme for a couple of days in the Discord. And you. We saw Ryusoken defeat Rule. And you. We saw Rule defeat Ryusoken, proving me wrong. Pokeart and Rule both getting the last laugh on me here. So, first off, we saw, let's mount George for a bit here. Turn 5, we saw Rotom trick the Duraludon's item, with it tricking Flygon's item back after it missed the Scale Shot attempt, as Wo-Chien then Oko had Bramblegast on turn 18. Then, we saw Duraludon kill Milotic, Inteleon managing to sweep the lowly rest for Rule to win. Rule finally didn't have a bad week. Yay! Speaking of someone who finally had a good week, Ziri winning PU against Shone. Washed Ziri is finally over. I don't know about that, but hey. Turn 3, we saw Heracross kills Rotom, while Slowbro Galar kills their own Rotom on turn 11. Heracross coming back though to defeat Wo-Chien on turn 20. Slowbro kills the Mudsdale, while Hitmonlee kills the Heracross and Grimmsnarl before Slowbro Terra Watered to kill Bruxish and win Ziri the game. He actually did play good, Ziri here. So, well done to Ziri. Next is Elsie, where we have the most tournaments room matchup of all time. The Iron Pikachu, proving why her RO status isn't a fluke against El Cap KD. Alright, this is finally having the weak sauce of a champion fighting the lowliest jobber. The only one strong enough to defeat El Cap is Ipika. So turn 6, we saw Wingull defeat Santralola, Finizen killing Tinkatink, Elekid killing the Wingull, El Cap using some shit rain here. Strudel sets up the rain before dying to Elekid, allowing Psyduck to Terra Electric and manage to kill Finizen, forcing Mienfoo to just tag with the Terra Water, killing it as Mudbray finishes off the rest. Ipika won. Very convincingly, might I add. Monotype came next as Hammy. This one, according to PokeArt, she said that this was a hype matchup. It went really quick. Fighting versus Ghost against Cialao. And it was obvious from the matchup that Hammy won. Fluttermane kills the Great Tusk, Goldango kills Iron Hands, Fluttermane kills Sneasler, Gallade kills Goldango, while Spectrier sweeps the rest. Yes, that's exactly what happened. This is literally only turn 16. 16 turns, and it was just Ghost curb stomping the frick out of fighting. So, Lamau. Doubles OU. We saw the genuine surprise. And I'm happy that this was a genuine surprise because we thought My Pokemon Are Bad was going to go on an unbeaten run this year. Finally managing to have a loss against Tenebrasite, who has been an underdog in Doubles OU so far. So turn 1, we saw the Okidogi poison the Tornadus, killing it as the Ogerpon fired to kill Okidogi, albeit getting poisoned, killing Ursaluna shortly after. So there was a little bit of luck that it happened. Sinistra kills the Glamora on turn 10, while Moltres fired to survive Goldingo's attack to kill it, as Ribombee killed Incineroar with itself, with Moltres finishing off Incineroar for Tenebrasite to win. A very close game. Very close game. Recommend you go watch the matchup at your own pace if you want to check it out. Finally, we have National Dex. We have Tempo de Anguria defeat Silu in a very hacks-filled National Dex. This, I think, is the premier National Dex experience right here. Turn 4, we saw the Kyurem kills the Clefable, while Great Tusk manages to kill the Celesteela on turn 13 with an Ice Spinner. Megalatias managing to kill Hatterene. All was all fine and good, right? The end game was really funny, though, as we saw the Kyurem freeze the Zeraora, killing it, and then managing to crit kill the Megalatios on turn 24. Another luck instance. And that's not all. It then manages to freeze Hippo down after it tried to stall it out. Nothing. It was a freeze. Buzzwole was not prepared for this, losing to Tornadus in the end. Tempo even said, "It's not really my fault that you're in this tour." Story of the lives of multiple players here in BLT 13. Tempo wins this shit game. The National Dex experience coming back once again. Alright, so that was the recap. Very quick, but given our current situation, we kind of just had to do it fast. Pokeart, who won this week?
It was I, with 23 out of 36 correct.
Yay!
63.88%.
63.888, yay! And then?
Well, you and the pig tied.
Why? How did we both have equal?
You both got exactly 50%.
24 out of 48 for both of us? God damn.
Yes.
How damn, we're both equals. So, a quick taking a look at the spreadsheet before we do our predicts. As we've said, the top 3 right now are pretty much locked in playoffs. The Sandcastlevania, the Gritty Golurks, and
the top 3 are locked.
So the Castlevanias, the Fido Boys, and the Golurks, they're all locked. They're all going in the playoffs. Pokeart's happy because she's in with a strong team. So yeah.
Yeah, it means we can just chill this week, which is good because I'm on vacation. There's many cats.
Yes. The ones that aren't gonna be taking a vacation though, The ones that aren't going to be taking a vacation, though, is number 4 and 5. The Pangoros and the Jirachis, who are going to be fighting for that last slot. They are the two that are currently in it to win it. The Jirachis have 7. The Pangoros have 5. Who's going to make the final spot? And, of course, the Bros, the Labrases, and the Chained. They're just there for the brownie points.
Yeah. Needless to say, all eyes are on the matchup of the Pangoros versus the Jirachis.
That's going to be pretty good. Alright, so let's take a look at the Week 7 matchup, shall we?
Yes, let's do that, and let's do this quick.
Final week, here we go, boys. First up, we have 8 versus 7. We have the Lavender Laprases versus Malignant Chained. 8 versus 7. Who's better? Alright.
I don't know, man.
First off, we have Ubers. We have LCAP KD versus X Guardian.
It's Uber, so probably X Guardian.
It's X Guardian. I'm gonna also pick X Guardian, but I won't be surprised if LCAP wins. It doesn't matter. Plus, LCAP's gonna bring his normal ass HO. So, I think it's fair to say we both pick the better player here, X Guardian. Who is pick saying?
The pick says LCAP.
The one predict for LCAP is the computer AI. How fucking fitting. Alright. OU, we have Silent Waltz versus Mikey.
Silent Waltz.
Yep, same reactions here. I think Silent Waltz has been the better player all throughout this tour. Might as well go for Silent Waltz. Pick agree?
The pick does not agree.
It goes for Mikey. Alright.
Yes.
The second of our 3 OU games. We have Duke of Kings making his debut. Or his second appearance. I don't know.
No, this is not his debut.
This is his second appearance. Against the Gaming Attack.
TGA.
Yeah. I mean, TGA has been... For just because of experience in BLT, I'm picking TGA. Pick agree?
The pick agrees.
Alright. Next is the third of our 3 OU games. We have Click versus Think and Agera.
Click Think.
Yeah, Click more than Think has been showing up in OU quite a bit. And Agera, I don't know. We don't really have much experience from Agera. So we're gonna pick the one that actually won games. Click more than Think. Does pick agree though?
The pick agrees.
Alright. UU, we have Poet versus Kimmer.
Kimmer.
Yeah, sorry Poet. I mean, your BLT performance this year has been lackluster. Kimmer has been doing, might as well go on a high note. And Kimmer will win. Does pick agree?
The pick does not agree.
It votes for Poet. It votes for LCAP and Poet. Aww. Alright, next is RU. We have Colored Name versus LBN.
LBN.
Colored Name will bring another team that is a sample team, and he might actually have a chance against LBN, but LBN will still win. No question there. LBN to win. Alright, does pick agree?
The pick does not agree.
NU, we have Saru versus Shao.
Shao,
yeah. Saru, not a chance. Sorry. As much as we want to see Saru might do well in NU, nah, Shao's clearly have more experience. Go Shao. Does pick agree?
The pick agrees.
BU, we have a highlight match between 2 washed men. We have Ziri and Hacker.
Oh,
Ziri finally won a week, and Hacker Keep doing hacker things.
I'm gonna go Ziri.
I'm gonna go hacker. I think I think this is the one time we'll disagree. I'll predict against Ziri here.
Well, I mean, I think Ziri will be more motivated because he wants to salvage his personal record a little.
Yeah. In terms of playing managers, Ziri has had not a very good year.
Yeah, but like neither is no wait, Hacker's not a manager.
Hacker's not a manager, but he hasn't had a great year either. Does Pick agree though?
The pick agrees with me.
Ziri. LC, we have Geove97 versus Pro ZD.
That's not his name.
Against Sungwon Cho.
Anyways, Geove.
Yeah, we're predicting Geove here. Better player. Does Pick agree?
The pick says Pro ZZ actually, because it's dumb.
Monotype, we have Hammy 3581 versus Sakazinha.
Hammy.
As much as Sakazinha did impress me in Monotype last week, Hammy is clearly the Monotype lord here. Hammy. Big agree though?
The pick says Sakazinha.
Alright, doubles! We have Tendersight versus Lugia Japan.
Ooh.
Curious one, this one.
You know, I'm kind of thinking Tendersight, actually.
Yeah, after the win over My Pokemon Are Bad, even though it was kind of hacksy, Tendersight is still a good doubles player. I wouldn't put it past Tendersight winning. I am gonna go with Lugia Japan though.
You are?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lugia Japan because I believe he might edge him out here. It is close though. It is a 50-50.
Oh, I'm kind of undecided now because like you made me remember that Tendersight only beat My Pokemon Are Bad through hacks.
Yeah, he did hacks him quite a bit. He's still a good doubles player, despite that hacksy win over My Pokemon Are Bad.
I guess I'll stick to it. We'll see.
Alright, you're sticking with 10%. I'm going with Lugia Japan. Does Pick agree? Who does Pick side with?
Pick sides with you.
Alright, Lugia Japan. National Dex, this already happened. Benadryl already defeated Mr. Fraud.
Okay, I'll take the L on that.
I'll also take the L on that. I was for sure gonna think Mr. Fraud will win because he's a bit more experienced National Dex player, but okay. We'll see what happened in the game.
Maybe they should have been slotting Benadryl there the entire time.
Right, Benadryl for National Dex next year. Alright. Next we have the scripted Slow Bros versus the gritty Golurks. Golurks already in, Slow Bros already out. This is just for Brownings. Ubers, we have E. Nasir versus Celeste. Celeste, yeah. Ian Nasir has fallen off. Celeste to win. Does Pick agree?
The pick says Ian Nasir.
Alright. OU. We have Leroy Pollux losing already to Doug Trio is broken. I haven't seen this game, but I'm pretty sure this is going to have a Dragapult missing Draco Meteor for the 5th week in a row.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I would have gone Doug Trio was broken though.
I also would have gone Dougie.
Okay, looks like we take a W then. The pick would have also gone Dougie, so we're all taking the W.
Yeah. Okay, OU, we have WSSI versus 4-Top. 4-Top slotting in OU.
WSSI, maybe?
I'm gonna go WSSI as well.
Wait, no. Fortup is the one who... Fortup has already slotted an OU. He's won, actually.
Oh. I'm still
He
picking...
beat Click and Pink.
Yeah. I'm still picking WSSI, though. More experience.
Okay, I'll actually go Fortup.
Alright. I won't be surprised if Fortup wins. He has proven that he can go up against OU, guys. Who does pick side with?
The pick sides with... you.
WSSI? Alright. OU, we have Let's Rumble Shall We versus a newcomer, Nick Calco.
That is not the name, but anyway, let's rumble, shall we?
Sorry.
I don't even know who the other person is.
Nichalho. There you go. Let's Rumble Shall We to win.
Yeah.
Let's Rumble Shall We. Even though he has had kind of a mid tour this year, Let's Rumble Shall We. Alright. You. Oh, pick. Who does pick say?
The pick says, let's rumble, shall we?
We have the Griffith King versus Moments. What are you thinking?
TGK.
The Griffith King. I also say the Griffith King. He has been showing up in UU, so he might be an underrated UU pickup next year, but for this year, he's gonna go at least somewhat positive. Alright, do pick agree?
The pick says Moments.
Alright, RU, we have Sulfura versus Dirk. 28 versus 27. Who's better numbers in RU?
I'm not sure. Maybe Dirk?
You're gonna pick Dirk. Why you say Dirk?
I don't know. Who are you picking?
I honestly am gonna pick Sulfura. He has had kind of up and down weeks, but I think he's a much better player than Dirk.
Dirk actually had a pretty good season. Hasn't Dirk actually had a pretty good season?
Does he? Let me see. Let me see his record. Where is he? Goalworks. Dirk is currently neutral. Yeah, neutral.
Okay.
Where's Sulfura actually? Sulfura is 3-3, neutral as well. But he has played all weeks. So they're both neutral. Alright. Well, my pick still stands. Sulfura.
Okay, I'll stick with Dirk.
Alright. Who does pick side with?
The pick sides with you, Sulfura.
Alright. We have NU, we have Rule versus Gomdal. Goma no! Rule-chan! Yes, Gomdal to win. Alright, does pick agree?
The pick agrees.
Alright. PU, we have ETJX versus Ghost Ilex.
Ghost Alex.
Yeah, same. Ghost Ilex actually is proven to have some sort of good record in PU, so might as well go for him. Does pick agree though?
Pick does not agree.
That's for ETJX. So LC, we have Cutie Fox, the Iron Pikachu, versus Novax.
Novax.
You had to finish typing. Yep, it's Novax. Sorry, Iron Pikachu, even though you did have a win, and it was against El Cap. Alright, does pick agree?
The pick says Cutie Fox.
Monotype. Highlight matchup. Ooh. CLL versus Captain Kraken.
Ooh. Maybe CLL.
You're predicting CLL. Alright.
To be honest, since I'm kind of in a hurry, I'm mostly going on vibes this time.
CLL is neutral. Captain Kraken is positive. With a 3-1 record. I'm going with Captain Kraken here.
Understandable.
He is the better player. Pick agree? Who's pick side with?
Pick sides with you. No, me. It sides with me.
CLL? Alright. Doubles!
Yeah.
Doubles! We have Tandeman versus Crocrums. Crocrums, yeah. Sorry, Star Cali Rex. We hope you bring memes. Does pick agree, though?
The pick agrees.
Alright. National Dex. We have Tempo de Angoria versus Churro Jr.
Tempo.
Yeah, Tempo de Angoria. Better player. Gonna go the distance here. Ended off on a good win, Tempo. Alright, does pick agree?
The pick says Churro Jr.
Carl's Jr. Alright. Next we have Sandcastlevania versus the Pillsbury Fido Boys. First off, we have Ubers, Vidic versus Hats. Now, you can't predict. I can. Hats, you've had a good run here. But you're up against an Ubers King.
Pause.
Hats, you've had a good run here. You're doing well. But you're up against the Ubers King. So, I'm gonna say Vidic.
Yeah, I don't really blame you. This match doesn't matter anyway.
It doesn't matter, but I hope you bring something that can kill Vidic, with memes. Alright, does pick agree though?
The pick says Hats, so it disagrees.
So, OU, we have Clean Cuts versus Nemose. Well. Nemose in OU.
Nemose asked for it. Nemose asked for it.
Yeah.
Literally, he asked.
He asked to face Clean. I think he's gonna win. So I'm picking Nemose.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm vibing. Maybe I'm thinking Nemose has vibes. He can play OU. Just needs a good team against Clean Cuts.
OU is Nemose's main tier, I'm pretty sure.
So, Lamau, he's got this. Does pick agree, though?
The pick says Clean, so no.
Alright. OU, we have Zakua, 2908 versus One Last Kiss. I mean, this is the most lopsided matchup of all time. 99-1. In favor of Zakua. One Last Kiss.
Good job, Decoy.
You would have raked me over the coals and burned me at the stake if I predicted for Zakua here. Yeah.
Possibly.
The
pick agrees with you.
Alright, so it's not getting
No
raked
one
over.
is wild enough to do that.
Alright. So, OU, we have Sam Bichiku Kaiju. Sam.10 making his first appearance in BLT. You're up against the Aura Farmer, though, in JoJo Wii.
JoJo Wii.
Ultimate Riz King. Let's go for the Ultimate Riz King, JoJo Wii.
Good.
He is Ultimate Riz in French. Does pick agree?
The pick agrees.
Alright, UU, we have D-Wagon versus Blidius. I know you guys are memeing, but like,
Well, who the hell else?
You!
I'm not available.
Actually, yes, you are not available.
One Last Kiss is in OU. I'm not available. Who the hell else?
Fragments. Yeah, Blidius.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Blidius to win.
I won't convince you out of it. Blidius has had a stellar season.
Yeah, he's had a goated season. Alright, does Pick agree?
Yes.
Alright, we have Lost Memories versus 8-Truck.
You're probably gonna pick Lost Memories, or are you picking 8-Truck?
I am picking Lost Memories. The guy's had a good season.
That's what I thought. And since I'm looking at the time and seeing me ought to hurry up, the pick agrees. Lost Memories.
And we have the most Tours Room matchup of all time. We have Ghostly Planets versus Hollow Man. I'm gonna predict Hollow Man because I think the Hollow Man is strong against Tours Regs.
Okay.
He is strong against Tours Regs. He can't beat. I don't know against the Smog Regs, but Tours Regs, you can beat them. Pick agree?
The pick says Ghostly Planets.
B, we have Memphis Depay versus Soul King 0. Are you gonna try
Rennie didn't want to play.
Yeah. Are you gonna try convincing me about that Soul King 0 is the best PU player of all time, even better than Memphis Depay?
Well, would you believe me if I said he's a very strong reason as to why we've won a lot of our PU games?
It was Soul King 0, wasn't it?
I just said he's a good reason why we won a lot of those.
I'm gonna pick Memphis Depay though. I don't know how much he can handle against the GOAT.
Okay, fine.
Does Pick agree?
No, it doesn't. It says Soul King 0.
Wow. LC, we have Rahul the Father versus West Papillon.
Should be fun. You're predicting Pap, right?
I am predicting Pap. As much as the dad won, the sugar daddy won last week, he could not win against Pap. I made that joke in the vid. You'll see. Alright, does Pick agree?
The pick agrees.
Pratik versus WinCon in Monotype. Good on you, Patrick. Good on you, Pratik. Good on you for attempting this mono tier, this mono matchup. Too bad you're facing WinCon though.
Yeah, that's correct.
WinCon to win. Does Pick agree?
Yes.
Alright. Akira Kokuyo versus Just Franco in doubles. This should be fun. This is probably an OSDT rematch. This one's gonna be close.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say Akaru. Just on vibes. As much as I will not be surprised if Franco wins, but I think Akaru is gonna win. Does Pick agree?
The pick does not agree. It says Franco is just Franco.
Franco. Alright, National Dex. We have Spy OP versus Electro and Heart. National Dex.
Oh yeah, and I should know what goats look like because I'm on a farm right now and there's plenty of them.
Yeah. Speaking of goats, Electro and Heart goat. Electrine goat, Heart goat, EH goat. I don't know. Electro and Heart to win.
Good job.
Pick agree?
Pick agrees.
Alright. The matchup to end all matchups. The one that will decide 4th place in BLT 13 playoffs. Jubilife Jirachis. Primal Power Pangoros. Let's fight! Ubers. JB291 versus Jojen.
I kind of want to say Jojen, but I'm pretty sure JB has the better record, right?
Let's see. Let's take a look very quickly. Jojen is 2-4.
Oh my god.
JB is 33, neutral.
Oh, huh.
You want to say Jojin. I want to say JB. I want to be fully confident. I'm going JB.
Okay. I mean, I don't pick Jojin with confidence, but I do think he's probably the better player in general.
Which is fair. Who does pick side with?
The pick says Jojin.
First of our 3 OU games, No Name versus Jasper, Kansas City. I mean, Pokeart, this should be relatively easy.
No
name, indeed. No Name. Current only guy who is 6-0. Christ almighty.
God.
Christ.
He earned the price, I think.
He definitely has earned his price. Does Pick agree, though?
The Pick does not agree.
My God, if No Name goes 7-0 and does not make playoffs, that is a travesty in a nutshell there.
Well, I mean, odds are favoring him. I'll say that.
Yeah, odds are 100% should be in his favor. He is the heavy giant. Speaking of heavy giants, Batty versus Cloudy EJ.
Batty.
Does Pick agree?
The Pick does not agree.
Oh, man. OU. Oh, God, I forgot this matchup on the predict sheet. Oh, crap. Chicos versus Bundy.
Oh, my God, you forgot that.
Chicos versus Bundy in OU.
Chicos.
5-1 Chicos versus Bundy is 3-2. Yeah, Chicos.
Yeah, also, Chicos is great when he walks in.
The OU core is strong with the force and they're in danger of missing playoffs. LOL. Does Pick agree?
The Pick says Bundy, actually.
Bundy. Alright. UU, we have Itoshi Flower versus Taka.
Taka.
Yeah. This is coming from the girl who beat Taka. Taka with a win.
He didn't play bad.
He didn't play bad. He did not play bad. He was actually pretty decent, even though his season was kind of this year. Taka to still win over Itoshi Flower. Does Pick agree?
Pick agrees.
RU, we have Max C23 versus High Naming is Hard.
High Naming.
You think High Naming? This one actually. High Naming is neutral 3-3. Max C is 2-4. Yeah, High Naming. High Naming to win. He isn't as washed as I thought. Does Pick agree though?
The Pick does not agree.
Right.
It says High Naming is too washed and it goes with Max C.
Alright. NU, we have Reggie Boob versus Ampha. It should be a close one.
Ampha.
You thinking Ampha? I'm picking Reggie Boob.
Okay, even though I don't recall if Reggie Boob's even won a game since... Oh, I guess he won versus Rule, but I don't recall his other wins.
Actratix. He beat Actratix. Then Ampha, who
Right.
is 3-3. Alright.
Wait, no, he didn't win versus Gom. He beat Axtex. That was what he won. Yeah.
I'm picking Reggie Boob. You're picking Ampha. Does Pick agree? Who does Pick side with?
The Pick sides with you.
Alright. P, we have Eldids versus Asa.
Asa.
Yeah. As much as Eldids has been, a late game good stuff, Asa is still the better player. Asa to win. Alright,
The Pick agrees.
Pick agrees. Alright, LC, we actually have a highlight matchup that is not ironic in any way. DeMarvelous versus Arcanine Numbers.
Maybe Arcanine Numbers?
Arcanine Numbers did have that lucky streak. He was the lucky streak guy before he ultimately took a loss. DeMarvelous, though, has been playing very consistently, so it is going to be a toss-up. I'm going to say DeMarvelous.
Oh. I'll pick DeMarvelous too, then.
What? Really? I thought you were locked in.
Nah, this is a toss-up for me, too. I'm honestly just going to go with what you're going for.
Okay. DeMarvelous. I'd say DeMarvelous. You say DeMarvelous. Does Pick also say DeMarvelous?
No, it says Arcanine.
Alright. Monotype, we have Immortal versus Adjustments.
Adjustments.
Adjustments. I mean, this is the guy who beat WinCon last week, so might as well. Does Pick agree?
The Pick agrees. We're so close.
Doubles OU, we have Icy Penguin versus Calm Mind 75. This one's a toss-up.
I'm thinking Icy Penguin.
I'm also thinking Icy Penguin. He has been showing up better than Calm Mind is. Does Pick agree, though?
Yes, it does. I was about to say that.
Okay. And finally, the final matchup, National Dex. Omar! He finally has 2 wins, guys! Against Rico.
What's Rico's record?
Rico's record is 2-3. Omar's record is also 2-3. Wow, they're both 2-3. Oh, hilarious.
Damn, Battle of Mid.
Battle of Mid, yikes. Who are you going for?
Honestly, I can't bring myself to predict in favor of Omar. Maybe Rico.
You're gonna say Rico? I'm gonna say tier leader. I'm gonna say tier leader experience. I think Omar should be on an upswing. Omar!
Okay, maybe I'll just change it to Omar, then no, I still can't bring myself to.
What? Is this the undecided Pokeart at the last possible hurdle?
Yeah, I guess I can't predict in favor of Omar.
Alright, who does Pick side with then?
It sides with you and still has faith in the tier leader.
Maybe that's why it's been that's why Omar's been losing. Is because it keeps being predicted by Pick. Alright. That is it for the thing, week 7. Regular season is over. Thank God we're not gonna review we're only gonna review so much soon. Alright, we're done. We're done with this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you don't miss a video as it comes out. See you next week. Playoffs next week. Ah! Get excited. You excited? You're in playoffs, woman.
No, let me rest.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you back in my own country. Until then, this has been McCoy signing out.
Bye-bye.